That's done. We need irrigation work done on the fields. That's done. We wanted to put in a new playscape. That's done. And you really never had a water park type structure, a pool. And now we're able to put in the sprayscape, and the first thing I did was go over and speak to some of the families and how they love that. So we've done this all in working together. And we also worked very, very closely with the East Forest Park Civic Association, Frank Ryan, Beth Hogan, and the rest of the team there about specifically what they'd like to see in their neighborhood when it becomes the new Nathanville Park. So we all work together.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm just so proud of this park, and I remember roughly 15 years ago when we started working with the neighborhood, and many of you are here that were at that first master plan meeting, and I think we've accomplished just about everything that we had set forth in that master plan. But just a quick story of how we got here. It took the disaster of the tornado, but it also took Mayor Sarno, because at one point the federal government had bounced this park out of the plan, and he made numerous phone calls and got it added back in. So if we could have a round of applause for our mayor, because he fights hard. And let's also think of how many administrations we went through requesting this park be renovated, and it took Mayor Sarno to finally happen. So Mayor, thank you for your commitment to the City of Springfield. We can't do this alone. First and foremost, our designer, Anya Duffy and Tom Jenkins from GZA. Anya makes us all look good, and you can see the beautiful work. And the guy Dalton from his project. This was a difficult project, and that this was considered a landfill at one time. And Guy managed the cap to protect the landfill. To the neighborhood led by Frank Ryan, thank you, Frank, and Beth Hogan. Our contractor, New England Concrete Services, Ralph. I think Ralph was here today. Ralph, thank you. And then we can't do it without the money. Our funding source, CDBG, DR, Tina, and Sean are here. Thank you so much. And to our city councilors who came up with $100,000 with the mayor, thank you so much. And then finally, Laura Walsh, who managed the project day to day with Pete Kutek. Pete's here as well. And then our good guy, Early Crenshaw, who's always behind the scenes. Thank you so much. So again, thank you all for your support and your patience, and there's more good things to come for our neighborhood. Thank you, Pat. Thank you.
Brian Santaniello.
I'm going to make my remarks very brief, but I just want to say this. I've been in public office, elected office, appointed office for over 30 years, and I cannot recall any mayor in the history of this city doing more for the parks than Mayor Domenic Sarno. I want to also thank the City Council, who worked closely with the parks, Pat Sullivan, the director of the parks, and I want to thank the federal government for making some of this money available to the City of Springfield. But I wholeheartedly want to thank the neighbors who came together after a horrific tornado and made this possible. They stuck together and they worked as a partnership with the City of Springfield. So without further ado, I'd like to say thank you so much to all of you and enjoy this park.
You know, Chairman Santaniello brings up a good point. When you think back, it's over 4 years now, and the devastation that many of you, we all faced, and really going around the clock 24/7 for the first 3 months, and only getting a few hours sleep here and there. But every time, every neighborhood I went to that was affected too, all I heard, and our team heard, was positive, and that kept us going. It was your strength, it was your resiliency that made us work even harder. As Pat Sullivan would say when I pick up the phone and I don't want to hear this or don't want to hear that. The neighborhood deserves the money, and I want the, well, I can't say what I said, but we got the money. That was the bottom line on that. So the heart and soul of the neighborhood to speak on that, and I know there's many neighborhood people that are here. Councilor Allen had mentioned it, and dear friends that we worked together for many, many years. But Brian is sort of the straw that stirs the drink. And Frank would be one of the first ones to pick up the phone to call you and things are going well, which you appreciate. You'll also be one of the first ones to pick up the phone, constructive criticism, that's welcomed by all of us. Never a naysayer, never a hater, and been very active in working to improve the East Forest Park area. So put your hands together for Mr. Frank Ryan.
You killed that one. On behalf of the residents of East Forest Park, I want to share our appreciation for a recreational and athletic gem in the city of Springfield, a collection of city parks that certainly the mayor, the city council, the park department, and the park commission have worked so hard on. We here in East Forest Park certainly watch the work of those different departments and elected officers, and I want you to know that there are the board of East Forest Park Civic Association and the residents and citizens of East Forest Park truly appreciate the hours, the years that you've dedicated to the city and to our East Forest Park. Tim mentioned almost everyone. I don't want Darlene Accioni, also a board member, to be overlooked. It's caught everybody else. So many of them have been on the board for 20 or 30 years, and Beth and I certainly appreciate their experience. I want to mention also, as we look around the crowd, that there's a group that helps every spring keep Springfield beautiful, and this park is the center of East Forest Park, and they pay special attention to this area and all of our major streets. But again, Mayor Sarno, City Council, Park Department, Park Commission, the people of East Forest Park are truly appreciative.
Thank you. I also want to